Hello, ladies, and we are live for day one. How is everybody doing today? Just give me 1 second while I move this from Zoom onto Facebook. As you come on, please say hello. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how excited you are about being here. We are live for day one, ladies. We have been waiting for this first class. How many weeks now? 3 weeks? Some of you have been waiting 3 weeks. Welcome. Come on in. I have to just set up the little technical bits, Zoom and Facebook, so I can see everybody. Let me know in the comments, post, say hello, let me know where you're watching from, and we are ready to start. I'm so excited to be here with all of you. Welcome to day one. Let me see. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Boost Your Hormones Naturally class, day one. Today is the first day, as they say, for the rest of your life, because what you're going to learn today, what I'm going to share with you in today's class, is something probably you've never heard before. If you've heard about it before, you've never paid attention to it before. And if you've never paid attention to it before, it's never made a difference in your life before. So this is what we're starting off with today. If you see me kind of going like this every once in a while, it's because I'm going from Zoom to Facebook. I can't see you while I'm on Zoom in order for me to be able to see your comments and to see who's actually here. I need to go back and forth between Zoom and Facebook. So let me go back to Facebook and see who's actually here and give me a big hello, ladies. Hello. Let me see who's here. Hanya's here, Marie is here, Hiba is here, and Maha is here. And there's a whole bunch of you. So the comments go by really quick. If I miss any of you, I will go back when the class is over and say hello, because it just scrolls down really fast. I'm so happy that everybody is here with me today. And ladies, happy Mother's Day. I hope that you all had a wonderful Mother's Day, celebrating either with your mothers or celebrating with your children. And this is really one of the best gifts that you can give yourself on Mother's Day, right? I did this class also last year on Mother's Day, and it's such an incredible gift to be able to say to yourself, you know what? I've celebrated with my loved ones. I've celebrated with my family. I've given my kids. I've given my mother. This is time for me. So thank you so much for being here, and I'm so excited to get started with all of you. So let us get started. Keep coming in. Keep saying hello. Hi, Siba. Hi, Noha. Hi, Shireen. Hi, Amira. Hello. Oh, lots of wonderful, familiar faces. I may not know you personally, but I know so many of you virtually. I've been getting to know you the past couple of weeks, and I'm so excited that you have continued our conversation, and now you're coming here to follow up and to commit to yourself. Hello, Hiba. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Hiba. Welcome. All the beautiful ladies are here. Keep coming in. Let's get started. So I am your host and I am your hormone coach, in case you didn't know. My name is Dana Denawi, and if you have been in my community for a while, I'm so happy to have you here again. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And if you're new, let me introduce myself a little bit to you. I am the hormone coach to women. I show you how to take back control of your life so that you can reduce, or I'm going to really go out on a limb here and say completely eliminate your hormonal symptoms naturally using nutrition and lifestyle design. So I get you off the cycle of yo-yo dieting, because you can't heal if you're going from one diet to the next to the next. I show you how to lose stubborn weight slowly and in a way that doesn't frustrate you. And I show you how to regain your energy, ultimately how to get rid of every single uncomfortable symptom that you've got. Because when you do that, when you're not held back by what your body is going through physically, then you can create a lifestyle that fills you up every single day. Basically, I want to help you get back to that version of you that you're missing. That version of you, and that today's Mother's Day, maybe you're reminiscing a little bit about that version of you that somehow seems to have gotten lost somewhere along your life, where you wake up one day, you catch a glimpse of yourself in a mirror somewhere in your house, and it stops you dead in your tracks. Because all of a sudden, the woman in the mirror is not you. And worse, you don't know how, or you don't know where, or you don't know when that happened. You just know that when you see that woman in the mirror, it's not you. It doesn't feel like you, it doesn't look like you. So I help you find that version of you again, that woman that's gotten lost. And especially this year, especially this year, 2021. Last year was 2020. And I don't know how many of you paid attention to that number. 2020. That number said it all, ladies. It gave us clarity. It gave us focus. It gave us laser vision on what needs to change in our life. And despite everything that happened last year, this year, 2021, is about doing better now that you know better. So you got the vision last year. You may not have acted on it. You may not have done anything about it. This is the year to do something about it. Because in all areas of your life, obviously, but specifically your health, that's why we're here. And I'm going to help you find that clarity if you're not sure, because despite everything that 2020 has shown us, it has shown us that you have the choice every single day to make a change or stay where you are, or blame the universe, or blame politics, or blame Corona, or whatever it is. 2020 has showed us that we have a choice, always. 2020 is about making that choice. 2021, I mean. 2021 is about doing better because now you know better, all right? And I'm going to help you see your potential. So often we don't see our potential when it comes to health because of the conditioning. We've been taught that once you have a disease, once you have an illness, once you have a symptom, you're stuck with it. That's not true. And that's what today's class is all about, is debunking those myths and those misconceptions. When you use the proper nutrition and lifestyle skills, you can change all of it. Because let's face it, ladies, how can you possibly live your fullest potential if you're constantly hindered by the cycles of the fatigue and the cycles of not sleeping and the cycles of pain or the cycles of yo-yo dieting or whatever it is, period cramps, and whatever it happens to be for you, it's cyclical, right? Sometimes it's chronic, sometimes it's cyclical. How can you live your most abundant, most delightful, most incredible life if you're constantly being brought back by those, right? So let's take charge of your health and your nutrition. You can take charge of how you feel. Then you can take charge of ultimately how you live. But if your body is constantly holding you back, it's going to be so hard to wake up and do what you need to do for yourself. And if you're here, I imagine you're here because you've been putting in so much effort, work, and time, but your health doesn't quite match up with all that hard work. You've been trying, or you've given up. Potentially one or the other, and you don't recognize yourself, and you don't know what to do, and you don't know where to start. So this is the right place. So congratulations for being here. Congratulations for signing up for this workshop, for showing up for yourself, for showing you and showing me how committed you are to transforming your health. Because when you take charge of your health and your nutrition, when you realize that you don't have to you sort of blindly follow some prescriptive meal plan just to be slim or just to see the number on the scale change. When you learn to listen and trust your body rather than following other people's, you should do this, you need to do this, a world of possibilities opens up. All right, let me see who's here again, ladies. Show me again who is here. Shireen is here, Niveen is here, Nadia is here, Nedli is here. Hello, ladies, welcome. So, as you can see, there's about 360 women who signed up for this class. Incredible, and many more who have been invited. I can see here what Facebook is telling me, there's about 50 of you. So as you can see, not everybody who signed up is here. So you showed up live, or those of you who are going to watch the replay. So you're already showing me that you have got what it takes to soar. You are committed action takers. So keep saying hello. Let me know where you're watching from. And I want to make sure you don't miss out on all the amazing value I'm going to be sharing over the next 9 days. So take a moment to turn on your notifications for this group or whatever it tells you to let you know that Dana's going live, and so that you don't miss anything. And if you haven't done so already, if you're watching this, but you haven't actually registered for the class, I need you to register, please. You're going to find the link further on down in the group, and I'll share it again when the class is over. I need you to register because you're going to get daily emails from me recapping what I've talked about and reminding you about what the next class is going to be about. And this is really, really important. The bonus class, which is how to overcome emotional eating, that class is not going to be in the group like this. That class is going to be on a Zoom call. And I'm going to share the link for the Zoom call on the day of the class. So if you're not registered, I'm not sharing the link in the group. You need to register on the link so that on day 10, you get the link for the special class. All right? So please, once we're done, if you haven't registered through a link, if you've just been invited to the group and you're not even sure what's going on, register in the link so that you can be up to date and really get all the information, because it's all part of the process. Please do that. So the bonus class is March 30th. That's day 10. Like I said, it will be a Zoom call. And here's our schedule for the next 9 days. Today's day 1, myths, misconceptions, and your power. March 22nd, what are hormones exactly? March 23rd, what triggers hormonal imbalance? March 24th, your hardest working organ and the foods that it needs. March 25th, you get to meet 2 of my clients. March 26th, you get to meet 2 more of my clients. And then March 27th is a little bonus. You get another client coming in, plus it's an Ask Me Anything class. March 28th, I'm going to show you how to eat for hormonal health. I'm actually going to give you a sample plan that you can start to apply. March 29th is our finale class, and March 30th is our bonus class. Every single day at 8 p.m. Cairo, and all the classes are going to be recorded. So for any reason you can't catch it live, they're going to be recorded. You can watch all of them. They're all going to be available for replay here in the group until April 3rd. All right, put this in your calendar, ladies, right? And one more thing, those of you who have shared the event, thank you so much for sharing this information with your loved ones and helping to create this ripple effect of health. Because also, in case you didn't know, inviting your friends is one of the ways that you can go into the draw to win one of 2 hormone reset programs. At the end of this class, I'm giving away 2 of these programs of mine, and in order to qualify for the draw, you have to invite at least 1 friend, and then you have to attend the first 4 classes. At the end of each class, I'm going to ask you an incredibly simple question, super simple question. Email me your answer at questions@danadanawi.com. So email me the answer at questions@danadanawi.com. You have to either watch it live or watch the replay, answer the questions for days 1 through 4. On day 5, I announce the winner. 2 winners are going to get the Hormone Reset program, right? So, and you have to invite your friends. So 2 things, answer the first 4 days questions and invite a friend. Your name goes in the draw. I will do the draw live on day 5 and pick 2 ladies who win the program. All right, so quick check-in before I keep going. Who is here? Mariam, Manel. Mariam, the duration of each session, thank you for reminding me, Mariam. So each class will run roughly between 45 minutes to 1 hour. We don't go longer than that. And the email is questions@danadanawi.com. I will post the email once the class is over. Don't worry, it's also going to be shared in your daily emails. All right, let's keep going. Once again, those of you who missed the little introduction, my name is Dana Danawi, and I'm the hormone coach. And I want to welcome you again to my virtual family, because my mission in life literally is to teach you how to rebalance your hormones, how to discover how to create your own beauty from the inside out, and to make, clean eating a way of life, so that you get rid of stubborn weight, fatigue, sugar, cravings, regain your willpower around food, so that you have a guilt-free lifestyle that fills you up every day. Who wants to live like that? Just out of curiosity, who wants to live a lifestyle where you don't have cravings, where food doesn't control you, where you eat clean and it's easy to eat healthy, where you get rid of stubborn weight, where you get rid of your fatigue? Who wants to, and stop and get out of yo-yo dieting? Who wants to live like that? If you want to live like that, type yes in the comments. If you're tired of yo-yo dieting, and you're tired of waking up tired, and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired every single day, and you're tired of a painful period, and you're tired of your mood swings, and you're tired of eating 15 chocolate bars every single month, type yes in the comments if this is you and you're ready to change this. Let's see. Nelly says yes. Noor says yes. Hiba says yes. Jaylen says yes. Sharon says yes. Hanya says yes. Farah says yes. May says yes. Hiba says yes. I mean, who doesn't, right? Who doesn't? Amazing. So, because you want to change and because I'm here telling you how to change, I think it's only fair that I share a little bit about my background, right? Like, why should you even listen to me, right? You all want to make these amazing changes. Yes, I am the hormone coach, but why? Let me share a little bit and tell you why I think you should listen to me. So I didn't suddenly become healthy or suddenly decide to help other women transform their health. I have a story which is very much similar to all of your stories, and I'd love to share that story with you. So about I want to say 9 years ago, I'm 47 now, so let's say, I want to say maybe 10 years ago, I was miserable, literally miserable. My favorite piece of clothing was my spandex. And you know how spandex, you put it on and it pulls in like every lump and every bump, and you look really like smooth, and you look really good in your favorite, fitted outfit, fitted dress, fitted pants, whatever it is. Like literally in seconds, you look thinner, right? You look more toned, or you look curvy in all the right places. But then whenever your event is over and you're done and you come home, you take it off, you yank off that elasticated material, and then like the real you spills out all over the place, right? I mean, you're really happy to get it off, but then you're just reminded like, right, there I am. And that used to be me, literally and figuratively, because not only was I overweight, but I was also depressed. I was completely unmotivated. Every single day, like I couldn't even muster up enough energy or enthusiasm to do anything, like anything. I have 3 kids, and back then they were 15, 13, and 3. All right. So I was a full-time mom. I was a stay-at-home mom. And just waking up with my kid, like just the act of getting myself out of bed was a chore. It was really, really difficult. Making breakfast for them was a chore. Packing their school lunches was, oh my God, like you're asking me like to climb uphill, with a huge stone. And the only thing that I looked forward to every single day, like I couldn't wait for them to get to school, get out of here, take my son to preschool. It was just, I get to go and have a large, skinny mocha latte once the kids went off to school. And that was, I think, the only reason I even got out of bed every morning. Like that was literally the most blessed, most anticipated moment of my day was that coffee. The rest of the day, don't even ask me. It was just a blur. It was like literally I was a robot. I couldn't relate to my kids. I couldn't relate to my husband. I couldn't even relate to myself. And worse than all of that was that I just felt guilty even thinking about it, because honestly, if you looked at things on the surface, everything was perfect. There was no reason for me to be unhappy, right? Everything was, thankfully, an amazing husband, amazing kids, amazing home. There was no reason for me to be unhappy. And yet I just couldn't figure it out. I was unhappy. I just couldn't figure it out. So I came up with all these possible explanations. And then all the explanations sort of drove me into more self-doubt and more mood swings. So, okay, so maybe my relationship with my husband isn't as good as I think it is. I mean, like, it seems okay, but maybe it really isn't. Maybe I'm really not maybe I wasn't cut out to stay at home as a mom. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be a mom, period, right? And then I kept thinking, well, okay, maybe you're getting into that midlife crisis that everybody talks about. You went to college, you got these degrees, you got these master's degrees, and like everything is just collecting dust somewhere. And your mind is just sort of, slowing down, and you really haven't done anything with your life. So maybe that's why, maybe that was the reason. And I was like, I tried to convince myself, right, it's a midlife crisis. But the thing is, I hadn't always felt this way, and I didn't know how I got to this point. It was like suddenly I was one person, and then I woke up all of a sudden I was this really dreary, unhappy, unmotivated, overweight woman, and who really nobody wanted to be around. And I really was not, I didn't want to be around me. And then I would think, well, maybe it's a delayed case of postnatal depression. Like I was making up all this stuff. My youngest son was 3 at the time. I was like, maybe does it drag out that long? But I was so like so unmotivated. I couldn't even find the energy to get myself to a doctor to find out. I was like, oh, whatever. So every day just dragged on and on and on. And I would wake up, you know, in addition to all the moodiness and the mental struggle, I would wake up with a headache, no matter how long I slept. I had incredibly painful shoulder that hurt for no reason. That's one thing I did actually try and figure out a solution for because it was so painful. I went to physiotherapy, made no difference. I couldn't get up off the couch after 2 p.m. anyway. My kids always came home and found me napping on the couch, always, without fail. And obviously, the weight continued to pile on, even though I did try to exercise. And even though I was going from one strict diet to the next strict diet, like I was always trying some diet, I was always at some doctor's office. That I was willing to put in the effort for. I wasn't enjoying my life. I really wasn't enjoying my life. And I didn't see any other choice. Like I wasn't going to be miserable and overweight, right? So I hated working out, but I pushed myself to do it. It sort of turned into this thing like an evil, what a necessary evil, right? And I spent 90 minutes a day doing it and I hated it. It didn't make sense at all, but I really didn't want to be miserable and overweight, both, right? And the reality was we were talking about 7 kilos. I mean, it's not a lot, but I perceived it to be the thing, literally the thing that stood between me and happiness. If I could just lose the 7 kilos, I'm done. My life is like forever changed. I'm going to wake up happy. I'm going to have the energy. I'm going to be motivated. I'm going to love my kids more. I'm going to love my husband more. I just need to lose the 7 kilos. And from an objective point of view, 7 kilos is really, really no big deal. It's not impossible to lose, but impossible. It felt impossible, like it wasn't happening. So I would cut the calories and I would cut the fat and I would cut the carbs and I would cut the protein and I would cut the dairy. And like every time I tried to find the next best thing to do it, I started doing more cardio and then I trained with weights. And then you all know the cycle, right? You keep just going at it just with power. And then one day you just binge. One day something happens and everything that you've been doing just falls apart. Somebody says something, your kids come home and you've reached like just the absolute tipping point. Your husband comes home and says something like you never really know what it's going to be that's going to cause you to go over the edge, but it happens, you binge and you're like, well, who cares? Well, I'm doing everything anyway and it's not working, right? And I would eat everything, like everything. So I just was trapped in this vicious cycle. And despite that, every night I would go to bed and tell myself, tomorrow is going to be different. I'm going to wake up energized. I'm going to do everything I want to do. I'm going to feel so happy doing it. I told myself that every night, but it never worked. I'd wake up the next day and the same thing, literally the same thing would keep happening day in, day out. And it was really frustrating because, I mean, like many of you, and so many of the women I work with and the women in my hormone reset program, I mean, I consider myself kind of smart, kind of driven, kind of ambitious. So why couldn't I figure this out? Why couldn't I figure out my body? Like, why couldn't I do this? And then one day, pure coincidence, you know what they say, when the teacher is ready, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I ran into a nutritionist friend, complete coincidence. And we had this little friendly conversation and my life changed forever. He turned out to be, he had just finished studying to become a health coach. And we had this long conversation about my health, what's happening, what am I eating, what am I feeling? At the end of which he said, you know what, you need to do a detox. You need to go on a 10-day detox. And believe it or not, I had never heard this word before. I had never heard the word detox before. Definitely never heard it in the context of dieting. And because for me, it just was like another kind of diet and nobody had ever said detox in the context of losing weight before. And he said, here's what you're going to do. You're going to go 10 days detox. You're going to remove, you know, all of these foods and you're just going to eat these kinds of foods. And he said, I just need you to be prepared. You're going to feel kind of irritable, kind of tired, kind of angry. You might feel like crying. You might want to send your kids to your mother. But once the 10 days are over, you're going to have incredible energy. You're going to wake up rested. Your mind will be sharper and more focused. You'll start losing weight. Your shoulder pain is going to disappear. And then he said the strangest thing to me. He said, you might even have an epiphany. And he was like going on and on and on about all these amazing things that are going to happen to me. All I heard was, you'll lose weight. Literally, that's all I heard. It's like, okay, I'm doing it. Show me what to do. I was like, just show me what to do. Am I going to lose weight? It's the number on the scale is going to change. That's all I care about. And I remember him sort of rolling his eyes at me. He's like, yes, you're going to lose weight, but this is more than just losing weight. You have all these symptoms. You're not doing well. And if you ignore these symptoms, as you get older, it's just going to get worse. And I was like, yeah. I'm going to do it. I'm going to lose weight, right? And he just like, yes, handed me the paper. He said, go and do it. And it turns out everything he said was right. Everything, including the epiphany part. I'll get to that. And as I went through his detox, literally everything he said would happen, happened. And I was very emotional and I just cried and I slept and I wept and of course, all in between jumping on and off the scale, right? Let me see if this detox thing is working, because that was still my priority. Nobody had told me that there was any other goal besides losing weight. The poor guy was trying to explain to me that it was about health. I was still fixated on weight and that I would lose weight and I would be able to get back into my clothes. Like, health was never my goal. I didn't even realize that health could be a goal. But as the 10 days passed, it was like somebody flipped a switch, literally flipped a switch. And slowly I saw my life begin to light back up. For the first time in years, I slept so deeply, I actually woke up before the alarm clock. And I actually woke up before all my kids. And I was actually happy to be awake. And let me tell you, ladies, when you're happy to be awake, you can do practically anything. And then the first time that I looked at the clock and it was 4 p.m., and I realized that I had skipped my daily nap. And remember, I'm not taking any coffee here. I had stopped my coffee as part of this detox. And then that same day, I noticed all of a sudden that my shoulder, I was moving my shoulder, like pain-free. After 3 months of physio that did nothing, suddenly in 10 days, my shoulder was healed. And then when I came to do my workout, it just felt like, okay, I'll do my workout. Not because I had to, it just felt good to move my body. And I remember the first time I tried coffee, 2 weeks in, I was like, that doesn't taste that good anymore. That was interesting. And it was suddenly as if my life turned from these like dusty shades of gray into vibrant Technicolor. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, this is not a diet. Like, this is not a fad. This is not a gimmick. This was a real deal. By eliminating certain foods, and he explained this process to me. These foods were potential allergens. These foods were potential toxins. You're reducing inflammation in your body. Basically, what had happened effectively, I had reset my body back to zero, back to a clean slate from which to move forward. And you can bet I threw out my spandex and I threw out my scale after that day. And I stopped counting calories. I stopped going. That was it. I never did another diet ever after that day. And since then, I don't think diet, calories, carb, paleo, vegan. I just know what my trigger foods are and I avoid them. And that's when everything falls into place. That's what everybody, and this is what I'm going to teach you, is how to figure out your own particular blueprint. Because when you do that, when it's time to eat, I just ask myself, okay, is this gonna make my shoulder hurt? Or is this going to give me a headache? Or is this going to make me wake up really tired tomorrow? So it was pretty simple. Not quite. So here's where the story keeps on going. Remember, that was 10 years ago. I was 37. When you're 37, it was actually more simple. The most important part of that story was he told me I was going to have an epiphany, remember? And I did have an epiphany. 2 months after I did this detox, I was following, because I'd gotten so into health at that point, I was following all these food bloggers and all these health coaches. And I got an email from one of the health coaches and it said, do you want to become a health coach? And I couldn't believe it. I opened this email from this food blogger and I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, this is what I was meant to do. I've been waiting all these years. This is what I want to do. And the rest, they say, as they say, is history. So fast forward about 7 years, I've been working as a health coach. My health and my weight are super stable. But then, believe it or not, I felt things start to shift in my body again. I was like, again, right? And things I couldn't explain. And it felt like my daily habits just weren't working anymore. My weight started to creep up again, even though it's been stable for literally 5 or more years just by eating clean and working out. And it never occurred to me it could be my hormones. And I'm a health coach. It never, like the idea of being perimenopausal or starting that phase of my life didn't even cross my mind because I've been eating clean, I didn't have any of the classic symptoms. So because I've been eating clean for 5-6 years, my period was ridiculously regular. I didn't get any period cramps. I didn't get PMS, so I wasn't eating all the chocolate that I used to eat before. I didn't get moody or weepy, so there was no moodiness, no binging. I slept well. I switched out all my face products to natural face products. I had horrible acne. The acne had cleared up. So I was like, okay, I'm not really having none of the symptoms that when I sort of Google what are the symptoms of perimenopause, I really didn't have those. But I still wasn't feeling myself. And this is really important. I want you to remember this, that it's no matter what anybody tells you, no matter what you're looking up or reading, you have to trust your gut that something is off. Always, no matter what somebody's telling you, even if somebody's telling you, look, you've done all these tests and you're perfectly healthy. My gut was saying something is off. I'm not feeling the way I used to feel. So because I'm a health coach, I'm like, right, let me start tweaking. Let me tweak a little bit. So I would do like a 3-day juice fast and still nothing. I would remove some more things and tweak a little bit here, tweak a little bit there, nothing. At this point, it was getting really, really frustrating. Then I started to get night sweats. And like most women, it didn't register at first that these were night sweats. I mean, you hear about night sweats, you hear about hot flashes, but when it happens to you, it's a wake-up call and you don't really want to admit it. And I remember the first night it happened, I thought the AC wasn't on high enough because my husband and I always argue over the AC. He needs it a lot warmer. I've always, since the beginning of our marriage, he needs it warmer, I need it cooler. So I remember I woke up and there was just, my pajamas were just wet, just soaking wet. And I just remember waking up so angry. I was like, I can't believe he switched the AC off, or I can't believe he made it warmer. And I got up angry, I was going to wake him up and fight. And I picked up the remote control in the middle of the night and I look, and it was the right temperature. I was like, okay. And I was like, so it's still that night, it didn't register, it was a night sweat, only when it started to happen. And the night sweats would start to happen around the time of my ovulation and then sort of occur intermittently until my period. And I didn't know what triggered them. It seemed very, very random to me. And some months they happened a lot, some months they didn't happen at all. So it was very, very frustrating. And then I went to a routine checkup to my doctor and I found out I had fibroids. And if you have fibroids, that's a definite sign of a hormone imbalance, specifically estrogen dominance. But because I follow a holistic approach to health, and because I haven't had medications in years and I wasn't about to start, I was like, right, I really need to figure this out. I need to learn how to biohack my fibroids, need to figure out how to biohack my estrogen dominance. I need to figure out how to biohack these night sweats that are driving me crazy. And it took me, I want to say it took me about 6 months. But after 6 months, I was completely symptom-free. Completely. The fibroid is still there, but it's not causing any issues at all. It has started to cause a little bit of heavy bleeding, a little bit of discomfort. 6 months later, I was done, and I was done with the night sweats. Now I get a night sweat sort of on purpose. I can trigger my own night sweats. I know when I'm going to have a night sweat. There's no confusion there. I know what foods trigger a night sweat, and I know exactly the day I'm going to have a night sweat. I'm going to get to that. So of course, I want to show you all how to do this too, because no doctor ever told me this. My father, who was also a doctor, his first suggestion was get the fibroid removed, or just get your uterus removed. That you're done having kids, you don't need any of that. I was like, I'm not getting anything removed. I'm not getting my uterus removed. That's my uterus, I'm not removing anything. And of course, all the doctors said you have to live with the pain. You have to live with the until it's over. I was like, well, how long is that? Oh, well, we don't know. I was about 44 when this started. I'm 47 now. They were like, 44, you might go through this until you're 50. So I was like, you want to tell me I'm going to live for 6 years with night sweats and discomfort and pain and weight gain? And he said, well, that's just how it is. That's just what happens to women at your age. It's not, ladies. It's not normal, and it's not a given that this next stage of our lives should be difficult or uncomfortable. And by doing what I did, what I learned, and what I discovered, and I do it over and over and over, consistency is key. And all my clients who join me and all my clients who join my hormone reset program, and they implement what I teach consistently and frequently, regularly, they all get the same results. So it's not a fluke, oh, it just happened to me. There is very, very clear reasons why this happens, and there's a very, very clear solution. So my goal for you in this class is for you to start to understand and be free of the complexity and the confusion and the overwhelm of all the crazy theories and the diets and the plans and the advice and just suffering from symptoms. So I'm going to give you as much as I can in the next 9 days. Obviously, I can't give you everything, but I will try to cover as much as I can in our 60 minutes every day. So my goal for you for the next 9 days is to show you how you can be free of these symptoms naturally. Who's with me? If you're with me, type yes in the comments, and I'm going to check. If you are with me, type yes in the comments. All right, because ladies, all the myths perpetuated in the medical world and all around us, that this time in our life is going to be difficult. Let me see who's responding. All of these are myths. That if you're not suffering, then you're just lucky. No. If you're not suffering, you're not just lucky. And if you're suffering, it doesn't mean that this is how it's going to be. Our bodies are amazing. They are built for balance, and they are built to balance our lives. When something is not quite right, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it everywhere. But this imbalance doesn't happen in a vacuum, and it doesn't just appear out of nowhere, even though it looks like that, even though it looks like we just suddenly wake up one day and we have night sweats. It's been building up, and it has a root cause. Let me see who is saying yes. Hanan says yes. Noha says yes. Fatima says yes. Manel says yes. Of course, we all say yes because nobody wants to live like this, and we're done listening to the wrong advice. So also, let me know in the comments, how many of you have been to your doctor because you're feeling tired all the time, or because your period cramps are becoming unbearable, or because you can't sleep, or your hair is falling out, right? And the doctor does all the tests, everything. And all the tests come back normal. And he looks at your test and he's like, you're perfectly fine. But you know you're not perfectly fine. This is when I say you really need to listen to your gut. You know you're not perfectly fine. So who's experienced this? I want to know. Type yes in the comments if you've been to your doctor with symptom after symptom. You do all the tests. All the tests come back normal, and your doctor says, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing for me to do. Type yes in the comments if that has happened to you, because this has happened to me. It happened to all my clients in the Hormone Reset program. And I think what's worse than the doctor telling you there's nothing wrong with you is when he tells you it's probably just stress. How much do you hate that? How much do you hate going to the doctor, knowing there's something wrong with you, and all he can tell you is you need to relax? It's probably just stress. Let me know. Or maybe you did do the tests, and maybe the test did show something, some kind of hormonal imbalance like estrogen dominance or insulin resistance, or maybe you have a low thyroid, but then you ask your doctor why. Can you tell me why this happened? And then the answer you get is, well, nobody really knows for certain. hormonal imbalances are common for a woman your age. So again, you're still left frustrated and overwhelmed and confused. So let me know in the comments whether you were told you were fine when really you were feeling like crap, or you were given a diagnosis but no real explanation, and maybe even handed medications, sometimes for life, without really understanding what's going on with you, and the medications didn't work. Or do you just generally believe that whatever happens to your health and hormones will happen no matter what you do? Comments. Sounds like you. Nabila, oh, the stress comment, just relax. Inji, exactly, their same answer. Matt, yes, and all about stress, which always stresses me more. Exactly, right? Like if I needed you to tell me it's stress, I wouldn't have come to you. It's not just stress. Help me out here. Stress, right? It's not just stress. Okay, I want to share this quick story with you. I had a client who had a thyroid condition. And she had small cysts growing on her thyroid, and her doctor had no explanation except that this is what autoimmune diseases do. The body attacks itself. He put her on medication. She took the medication for about 8 months, and she felt no change. And the little cysts didn't improve. In fact, she felt worse. So she came to me, and I put her on a food plan to help her reverse and rebalance her thyroid condition, because what you eat does matter and can heal you. This is what no doctor is going to tell you. But little did we expect what happened next. Not only did all of her symptoms, like the constant fatigue, like all of those common thyroid symptoms, not only did all of those disappear, but she went in to have an ultrasound to check the nodules, the condition of the thyroid and the cysts on the nodules. This was 3 months in. 3 months after we've been working together, and she'd lost the weight that she wasn't able to lose before. She regained her energy, her sleep, her focus, you name it. She felt like a completely different person, and she also stopped her medication. So she went in for the routine checkup to see, and the ultrasound showed that her cysts had shrunk, that there was actually no more evidence, and this was written in the report. She sent me a photo. There was no more evidence of the thyroid condition. And when she went to her doctor with the results, he couldn't believe it. And he couldn't believe that it happened without medication and that it was just food. He even sort of made fun of it. Like, really? All you did was change what you ate? Yes, believe it or not. It is actually that simple. You change what you eat, you heal. And there's so many success stories like this, right? Let me see who is typing here. Hanya, I was diagnosed and no medication. I was asked to change my lifestyle. Lucky you, Hanya. Lucky, 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 because most doctors don't say that. You're going to have to give me the name of your doctor. Rasha, I still don't know what's wrong with me. All the tests are always normal. I was given primrose oil tablets. Right. But we need to get to the root cause. Tablets, supplements, all of that are just that. They're supplements. There's a deeper root cause that we need to get to, because there has to be a reason why suddenly all this gets triggered, right? When you want to lose weight and you can't, when you feel like we're always focused on the weight because it creates a domino effect on our lives. When the extra kilos sort of keep piling up, you start to feel depressed. Then the low self-esteem kicks in, and then the stress kicks in, and then the seriously low energy kicks in, and then maybe skin problems kick in. And we attribute it all to the weight gain, and we can't lose weight. And we keep thinking, well, when I was younger, I could just stop eating for 2 days and all the weight would come off. It's like youth used to solve all those problems, but now not so much. And it can be so frustrating when you think you're eating all the good foods and you're focused on exercising every day, but you still aren't seeing results. So this one we know we have to look at hormones. And on top of the stubborn weight, you're probably also feeling, like I said, the night sweats, the hot flashes, the fibroids, maybe you have PCOS, or maybe you have ovarian cysts, maybe your periods are heavy or irregular, the moodiness, the brain fog, the loss of concentration, maybe you have acne or psoriasis or eczema, maybe it's a thyroid issue, maybe it's lack of libido, maybe it's constant fatigue. And literally at the end of the day, just like me on the couch, you just want to drag your tired body onto the couch and give up. I've been there. I know exactly how you feel. So the last thing you want to hear when you're feeling like that is, this is normal. No, It's not normal. And I'm telling you right now, it's normal. Not normal. Waking up in the middle of the night in a pool of sweat is not normal. Sitting in your office in the middle of the day in a meeting and then you feel like you're heating up like an oven is not normal. Going through excruciating pain every single cycle is not normal. Becoming a crazy lunatic every single cycle is not normal. Emotional roller coasters are not normal. Acne is not normal. Not do the thing you need to do or to be able to spend time with your kids and your family is not normal. These is not normal. And walking around with chronic pain is definitely not normal. How have we normalized pain? That it's okay to be in pain over and over and over again. It's not. Even a chronic headache is not normal. Having diabetes or PCOS or an autoimmune is not normal. Is really important, meaning everyone you know is experiencing it, right? And you all do. All of you here have a mother or a sister or a friend or a relative, or every single woman you know has something, one or more of those symptoms, or maybe all of them, right? Doesn't mean it's normal. Write this down. Just because something is common doesn't mean it's normal. Just because every single woman you know, your mother, your aunts, your grandmother, all had these symptoms doesn't make it normal, and more importantly, doesn't mean you're going to end up having them too. Just because everyone you know is sick with some kind of disease doesn't mean it's normal. It just means it's common. What this means is everyone is following an outdated plan or paradigm. Everyone is getting the wrong advice. That's what that means. And so it's time for us to shift the paradigm. It's time for us to rethink what's normal. Normal is feeling vibrant and healthy and light and energetic and excited and pain-free, without night sweats, having a good night's sleep, waking up without aches and pains, being focused, being ambitious, having your period without any pain or symptoms. It is so possible, ladies. Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments again. Type yes if you agree with me. Noor, took ages to even get a half diagnosis and then got no solution other than birth control pills. Bin Hand, is that how I say your name? Birth control pills cause pulmonary emboly. Oh my goodness. Nabila, seasonal eczema, but very intense, and the exhaustion, yes. And the worst part of all of this is that we're expected to be okay with the pain. The degree to which we have normalized pain and made pain so okay to live with on a daily basis is crazy. It's absolutely crazy that pain is okay. So in the next 9 days, I'm going to explain the main hormones that usually get imbalanced, why this imbalance happens, and what you can start to do to bring them back to balance, clients, because you need to hear from real life stories. They're going to share their experiences with you because you do need to hear from real life women. I can go on talking all day. It's different when you hear from women who have actually gone through it. And of course, at the end of this, I will be inviting you to join my upcoming Hormone Reset program because, like I said, I can only do so much in these free classes, the limited time that I have. But for today, I want you to think about this or write it down. Better yet, write it down. You are powerful. And you can take back control of your health and your body, and nobody can take that away from you. Nobody. Not your doctor, not me, not your family, not your friends, nobody. And nobody knows your body better than you. Not even the doctor who went to medical school and studied all those years and read all those books. He doesn't know your body better than you. When you know something is off, something is off. And you have the right to not be dismissed, and you have the right to find a solution. You are powerful. You can take back control of your health. Write all of this down, and you're going to keep saying this to yourself every single day. And if I knew what I knew now, back then, oh my God, the years of suffering and wasted time that I would have saved. So I want to save you all of those years of suffering, because when you change how you eat, how you fuel your body, you will literally empower yourself to take back control, to make better decisions, and to prioritize you. Let me see what everybody's saying. Yes, yes. May, absolutely, yes. Of course, yes, everybody's saying yes. So I want you to keep remembering this, because once you start to do this and you're going to get excited about this and you're going to talk about this, and then you're going to start the eating plan I'm going to give you, your parents, your friends, your doctors, everybody's going to tell you, yeah, probably what you're doing is not going to work, because you know what? A lot of it is also genetic. There's that argument also. And to an extent it is. So if your mother has fibroids, you have the fibroid gene. Yes, that's true. That's what happened with me. My mother has fibroids, I got fibroids. If your grandmother had diabetes, or your father had diabetes, or there was cancer in your family, your chance of getting the diabetes or the cancer or the high blood pressure is quite high. That's also true. If your family, everybody in your family gets wrinkles by the age of 35, probably that's going to happen to you too. But here's what they're not telling you, is that your genetics are only a loaded gun. That's it. It's there, it's loaded, it's got everything. Your parents' genes, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, everybody. It's full. It definitely is. But this loaded gun only goes off if it's triggered. And you know what the triggers are? Food, lifestyle. So if you eat and you drink and you move and you live in exactly the same way that your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents did, yeah, you're probably going to have the same issues and the same symptoms and the same diseases that they did. Definitely. That part is right. But what if you don't? What if you eat completely different food? What if you don't drink as much coffee as your mother did? What if you don't drink as much as your uncle did? What if you move more? What if you walk every single day and you sweat buckets most days of the week, and you keep your body and your muscles really supple and really tight? What if you go and live your life the way you want to, not the way everybody else wants you to, which is what I show you how to do in my hormone reset program. Do you know what will happen then? It's going to show. It's going to show from the inside out. And those genes, you have a diabetes gene, you have a thyroid gene, you have a hypertension gene. They're going to get confused, those genes, because they're waiting to be triggered, because they've been triggered every single generation before you. So they're just waiting for the trigger. But you're not going to give them the trigger. You're not going to pull it. So you know what actually happens to these genes? They actually retreat, and they refrain, and they actually evolve with you instead of against you. All this to say, ladies, when you combine nutrition and a vibrant life lived on your terms, you change everything. Your imbalanced hormones are not a curse that's here to stay. You have the power to change how they function, and you have the power to rebalance your health. So who's with me? Who is ready to transform their health? Type me in the comments right now. Type me if you're ready to transform your health. Because here's the thing, ladies, and we've learned this the hard way this last year. You only get one shot at life. Only one. Only one shot to feel energetic and confident in your body and in your skin. Right? We don't have time. We don't have time. We're out of time, actually. And that's one of the things we've learned last year. It means you have to make the most of the time that you have. And I know that you're ready for a change, because you're here. You're watching me today. You're here. You're ready to feel better in yourself. You're ready to try something new. And that's why I created these classes. I want to literally help you eradicate all the lack of knowledge that you could possibly have about hormones and how they affect your day-to-day life. Let me see who's saying me. Me. Yes, I love your enthusiasm, ladies. Like I said before, if you've been following me even for 2 days, I'm not a health guru, and I don't recommend fad diets. There's no miracle cure. There's no pills. There's no shakes, that like, it's just my cure is the only cure that will work. If you know anything about me, you know that's not how I work. Because the truth is, it's our bodies that are amazing. It's our bodies that are going to do all the work. Our bodies are amazing. They can heal us and support us, but we have to learn how to care for them and learn to listen to their needs. When you do that, you can regain your glowing skin. You can get rid of all those horrible symptoms that are bringing you down every single day. Those night sweats, the chronic pain, the constant headaches, the constant fatigues, the constant moodiness, the thyroid, all of it. You can get rid of all of it. It's just a matter of getting the right tools. And this is really, really important, ladies, committing to yourself and showing up. So I am urging you to show up here for 9 days. 9 days. I want you to take this as a practice or a dry run for showing up for your health or making a change. Because think about the last time you went on a diet. You get really excited the first power. Kind of still excited the second day. Third day, maybe not so much. Fourth day, excitement and motivation starts to go down. Fifth day, you're just holding on. Sixth and seventh day is when usually it all goes out the window. So I want you to think about these 9 days as a dry run. Are you going to show up today, the first day, and be super excited and super motivated and then get lazy the rest of the 8 days? Are you going to be so excited you're going to mark your calendar and you're going to be here on time? Or are you going to mark a time in your calendar to watch the replay and then something comes up and you decide, oh, it's not that important, I need to do this other thing, which is what women do all the time. We self-sabotage. When something is important for us, we always make excuses when something else comes up. We're like, oh, well, this is more important. Are you going to continue to prioritize you for 9 days? On day 9 and potentially day 10 at the bonus class, are you still going to be as excited and energetic as you are today to learn about hormones and how you can change your health? Or by day 9, will this class be a distant memory for you? Will you be here 9 days in a row, ladies? I know I will. Let me see what everybody's saying. Me. Yes. So, are you going to be here for 9 days in a row, ladies? I know I will. I'm here for the full 10 days, including the bonus class. Will you be here for 9 days, excited and eager to learn and committed to changing your life and your health? Think about it. Showing up for this class is how you show up for yourself. So let me know. Final comments. Will you be here for 9 days no matter what? And that's actually today's question. Email me your answer for the 9 days no matter what. Send me your answer at questions@denadenoy.com. I'm going to post the email when we're done. Will you be here for the 9 days no matter what? Send me the answer to that question. That's your first question. That's the first day 1 question to get you into the draw to win the class. Let me see what everybody's saying. Jaylen, yes. Rasha, for sure. Dina, yup. Binhan, yes. May, I will definitely be here. Nabila, yes. Maryam, inshallah, yes. Everybody's going to be here. Email me your answers, ladies, if you want to go into the draw to win one of the free programs. Go in, send your answer to me so you can go into the draw. This is amazing spirit. Thank you so much, ladies. We are coming to the end of our class today. Thank you so much to those of you who are here live. For those of you who are going to watch the replay, be sure to leave your comments below. I'm going to come in after the class, check every single comment, every single question. Make sure you mark your calendar so you don't miss a single session. Be sure to sign up in the link. I'm going to share the link for the class also, so you can get the reminder emails so that you can also get the link for the bonus class. Keep inviting your friends. Now that you've heard this message, this is a message that every single woman in the world needs to hear, because when one woman changes, there's a ripple effect. You help another woman change. She changes, she helps another woman change. And we all need to help each other and empower each other, because not a single one of us should ever live with any kind of pain or discomfort ever again. All right, ladies, the replay of all the videos will be available until April 3rd only. So if you're watching replays or you're depending on watching replays, you have until April 3rd. All right, ladies, I will see you again tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much for showing up with this energy. I have had an amazing first day with all of you. I can't wait to see the rest of you tomorrow. If you're watching the replay, please, please, please let me know that you're watching the replay. Put hashtag replay in the comments. If you have any questions that have come up for you around anything that I'm saying, send me a private message and we'll have a conversation around it. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, ladies.